Good evening, everyone. This is Spook, and we are live with something a little different today. We'll be back for Darkest Dungeon next week, but as for now, I wanted to play something a little shorter. I know you can kind of do Darkest Dungeon in its little bite sized doses, um, but I just was not in the mood today. So I'm going to play Super Metroid, which is a personal favorite of mine, and I'm going to time my run because I can usually beat this in under 2 hours of game time. Um, I've never checked my real time, which is slightly different, and I'm certainly not speedrunning this because I don't know any of the good techniques. So, in fact, okay, I do have a save I can use. So we're just going to go ahead and start. So we're going to skip the part with the space station. We're just going to jump right into the game because I don't want to sit through the intro today. Now, this is emulated, but I do own an actual genuine copy of the game. Um, mostly, my capture for Super NES stuff is not good. I probably need something more than a $10 dongle to be capturing games with. So that's just not going to be a thing. But yeah, God, I bought that. There was this period where you had rental stores getting out of the video game rental market. It was just about that fifth generation of consoles. A lot of them just started backing out of that entirely, and so you were able to pick up old games like Super Metroid for like $25. I think a bare cart now is about $100. Don't quote me on that though. Um, but like the games I got for the prices I got, you'll never see any of that again. Like I picked up Contra and Super C for $5 a pop, and you'll never see that again. I remember going back and forth on whether or not Contra 3 was going to be worth it at I paid like 25 for that, and I'm like, gosh, it's such a short game. You just have those 6 levels. Um, it's like that, budget wise, that's nothing quite like, um, longer games like the Final Fantasy games. So I was really whinging about it. I just couldn't convince myself to do so, but I'll tell you, I've played that more than a lot of RPGs. I've put many hours into that game, and that'll probably make an appearance for streaming purposes at some point. Anyway, um, so my encoder seems to be choking on this a little bit. It should be fine. My friend's been pushing me to start learning how to use OBS, and she's totally right. I should, because it allows for a lot more fine-grained control of what you're doing. But geez, I'm so lazy. Keep in mind, I streamed on and still stream on the PS4, just because I don't have good capture set up. And I mean, it's got Twitch streaming built right in, so might as well use it. So I guess I should offer some useful commentary for anyone who's somehow not familiar with this game but wants to play it well. I am not good at it, but I'm competent. The big thing to do here is remember not to spin jump. It gives you a better control for this part, and all you gotta do is remember to not start moving your arc until you're in the air, and that'll save you a ton of hassle. And that's actually a movement thing that stays true from the original Metroid, which honestly that also deserves a playthrough. Oops. Of course, I don't need to be killing all these guys, but I also don't need to get blasted with the little bullshit beams of bullshit. slams shut, and this happens. He's pretty easy if you don't pump missiles into him. You gotta wait for him to get out of his iframes. And that's a mistake I've tended to make on a lot of bosses, is just not pacing my shots. And I'm sure somebody more familiar with the damage values in the game would be able to say, oh, you should actually be using this weapon instead of this one. What can I say? It's a process. And as you can see, I do not do the Alcatraz escape here. Again, I just don't know how. I've never really thought about actually speedrunning this. I'm just playing it casually and keeping a timer on. So don't make a mistake of thinking I know what I'm doing. Yay! Alright, so boop. Boop. I think this is the elevator. Oh wait, almost the elevator down to Brinstar. And make no mistake, this game is just filled with legendary music. Ridley's Lair is still the really standout track, but honestly, you can't go bad with the Brinstar Zone stuff. And I really like that they chose to revisit the original Planet Zebes in this game. Oh, wait. There's a missile pickup up there, and I kind of want it. I think. Is it this door? Okay, I am a little rusty. Yeah, it's this one. So, when I had to commute to work, it was basically an hour on the bus each way. And since I can beat the game in just under 2 hours, I would basically... I'd get on the bus in the morning, and I'd start playing through, and I'd get about as far as the wrecked ship. And then I'd come back... actually a little farther than the wrecked ship, now that I think about it. And then I'd beat the game on my way home and see what my time was like. So that was kind of a habit for a while, and the only thing that broke that habit is I would break out the version of Tetris I have for the 3DS. There's actually two of them, and one of them I bought because it wasn't by Ubisoft. I think that's Tetris Axis, which is not good, it turns out. So I eventually acquired the Ubisoft one, much to my shame and embarrassment. But that one I liked the control and just the overall gameplay mode's a little better. Now, Tetris DS is probably my favorite portable one, so YMMV. They're all still guideline, so the differences aren't that dramatic. Although Tetris DS has a much longer lock time than other guideline games, so you can go effectively infinitely. And I've rolled over the line counter a number of times in that one and gotten my levels up to the hundreds. So there just becomes a point where you stop playing out of sheer boredom. Oh, yeah, fuck it. Come on, just let me load up on missiles. just want some big bada boom. This is really the opposite of what I should be doing if I'm working on my time. Okay, and this guy has the easiest pattern in the world. And the reason people skip this boss is, well, because they can, and you always should skip things that you can skip. It's because you sit here and you wait on him to make 6 boom, boom. Whoops. Apparently I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should be coming up. And yeah, I shouldn't have been grinding missiles there when I can just get them in this room while I don't have any other actions I can take. And I'm off my count. Two, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 6, 10. There we go. So yeah, first you gotta count to 6, then you gotta count to 12, that's all. But yeah, he's a time sink of a boss, and you absolutely shouldn't fight him if you're capable of doing a mock ball. There we go. Let's go forward. Oh. Let's get buggered by a giant insect. As is tradition. Yeah, I can't quite get that one, and I don't have super bombs anyway. Oh, but I can do this. Whoops. It's just a missile, but it's right there. So, of course, this is an area that's traversed oh, jeez. What's wrong with me? This is an area that's traversed many times over the course of the game. Well, not many, but enough to say so. And being good at it matters for time purposes. I'm definitely not good at it, unfortunately. So we're going to see some Red Tower incompetence. I apologize to any speedrunner who watches this travesty. I don't really. I mean, everyone's got a different thing they're good at. Pew! Boy, I'm lucky I still had a missile there. That could have been embarrassing. Okay, so we'll pick up the Spacer, because extra damage might in fact be good. Still remember there was one night way back, about, I mean, it would have to have been 2003? 2002? Somewhere in there? I just could not sleep one night, and I was thinking about the flow of this game, and I'm like, you know what? I bet if I did this and this, I could just really tear ass right through it. And I thought this might be the first time I do the that I get the special ending. I didn't get it, but that's like one of the first times I really approached the game and felt confident about what I was doing. Okay, so there's an E-tank in here. I grab it because I'm not good at it, but more importantly, the high jump boots are to be found in here. I think this is one of the rare Metroidvanias where you don't have... Oh, you do have a double jump. Never mind. I was going to say, somebody pointed out that the thing all these games have is there's a double jump, and it's ultimately the best movement option. I'm like, well, this doesn't have a double jump, so this is totally different. And then I remember there is the space jump, which is even better. It's an infinite jump as long as you're spinning. So on Sunday, we finally got, we're getting this project off the ground. A friend of mine messaged me one day and asked if I would run a D&D game. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. So I ordered the books, because I have not played since 3.5, and even then it was about a number of years after 3.5 was the thing. So I picked up the 5th edition books, and I'm kind of still learning all the differences. I still think proficiency bonuses are weird. But everything is better than Thaco. I guess you have to be a senior citizen before you catch that reference, but... like, everybody gets the same proficiency bonus, but they, oh, whoops. And they all progress at the same rate, and the maximum is +6. And I'm going, what? I'm sorry, but 3.5 got that better. Don't at me. So up there's an energy recharge thing, and I think a missile recharge. I will be ignoring that. Now again, there's a way to quickly kill Kraid here. I never pull it off. Ah! No, not the pointy bits. But yeah, we just did our first session, and I think we're coming together. We're still dealing with some technical stuff. Oh my god. I thought I was okay at this fight, but I'm definitely not. There we go. 20 minutes to crade. Don't mistake this for a speedrun. Yikes. There we go. Now we can futz around in Norfair. And we're basically just going there for the grapple beam and the zoomies. The boots that do the thing. The zoomies. Yeah. You know, the thing is, I still have my D&D second ed books in storage, and I kind of love the Baroque feel of those. Even though third was strictly better, um, you know, it was just better organized as a game. I'm still like, you know, that is the first version I played. It wasn't the first RPG I played. The first RPG I played was Werewolf, which honestly explains a lot. Because I really got into that White Wolf nonsense, and I liked the three big ones: Vampire, Werewolf, and Mage. Mage is probably my favorite. Um, Werewolf is weird because no matter what, every character is at least has the potential to be an absolute combat monster. You know, since you get when you go into Krynos form, you get as many strength dice as a human at the top of their form has in general. You get that added to you. So there's not a huge range between a werewolf that's not a badass and a werewolf that is, because they all get ridiculous stat dice. And then, of course, Mage. Mage is one of those ones where you really have to be on your toes as a storyteller. Because you get a lot of the whole, well, I can technically do this because I have these spheres, but I think one thing we allowed too often was people would be able to just do insane things with no time required. And that was something we really. I mean, I watched a player summon a Minotaur out of thin air because he had life, spirit, prime, matter, um, mind, like in high enough spheres that he could technically do it, but that's not something you should be able to do without some work. And it's one of those things where the power fantasy becomes a bit unruly if you're not educating it right. And I definitely did not know what I was doing running that game in high school. Then of course there was Wraith, which nobody played, and Changeling, which you always had that one guy who wanted to be a Changeling, and you'd have whoever was running the hodgepodge ass game where everyone was something from a different book. um, just going over how the hell do these things work. And let me tell you, friends don't let friends be changelings. Okay, little pew pew dragon heads. We're just going to ignore those. Oh, really? I like how this one sinks towards the lava as you get closer. Nice subtle touch there. I don't think it actually gets to the bottom, but... Oops. Okay, so up here is a potential run ender for me. And this is just one of those, I'm not actually good at this, but sometimes I can look good. So we'll go over here. We'll grab the missiles, and then we're going to try and do a wall jump. Oh. No! No! No, I'm gonna die. There we go. So yeah, that can be a complete disaster, but god damn it, the wave beam is back there. You gotta take the wave beam. And I still have enough energy that I can survive. And there is a spot where I can recharge coming up, so it's not all bad. Nice. I found the drop blocks first thing. Sneaky little seahorse of lava. You know what? I don't need the energy for this part, so I'm going to get it when I come back. Speed booster, that's what it's called. So anyway, now that I've got the zoomies, I'm going to dash right out of here. There we go. Since these guys come out in groups of 5, this is one of the rare times it's kind of okay to do this. Here we go. Wait. Oh, now I remember. See, that was just me being bad at the game. I mean, I have some serious finesse issues here. And I know I'm not playing Tetris, but I'll still call it finesse. So I know that there's a missile pack down here, but I'm choosing to ignore it because it sucks. I don't want to deal with the lava involved. Oh, right, this part. I gotta do some bomb jumps up here. Yeah. Oh, somehow I only have to do one. Let's just, roll with it. Okay, so I've got the zoomies, but I don't have the speed booster. Oh, yeah, I gotta go up and get the Not the speed booster, the power bombs. I gotta go grab those, but I don't have the ice beam. Hold on. I'm missing something vital here. I need the ice beam. I know where the ice beam is. Oh, right, okay. Sorry, I forgot how this tunnel worked. So there's this tunnel on the left. I can go here, boop the door, and take a flying leap over this way. Whee! Yeah, and I need the power bombs to go down, but I don't need the power bombs to get the missile, the ice beam. Pew pew. And oh wait, this room I have to have the ice beam for. Yep. Never mind. I don't even remember what's at the top of this place, and I think it's just going to be a missile pack. So I should probably skip it. But do I ever do sensible things? Who? Oh, that's right, it's the way out. Okay, now that I have the ice beam, I can go back up Red Tower and get the power bombs, which will let me back down here, and I can go get the grapple beam, and I can ignore the X-ray gun, or the X-ray visor, because it's useless. Not completely useless, but it's useless. So this glass tube here, if you saw the ads for Super Metroid, you saw that thing get blown up. Um, and I lent the game to a friend of mine, and at the time I actually thought the battery was dead on the cart, and I didn't know how to replace it. But so his completion time was dreadful, because he had to leave the game paused while he did other stuff. But yeah, he's like, yeah, for the longest time I couldn't figure out how to get into Meridia because I didn't know you had to use a power bomb in this one spot. I'm like, oh, dude. It's one of those things. Nintendo used to, and they might still do this. They would hide secrets for their games in their ads, like in The Legend of Zelda. You know, there's this poster that showed a bunch of screenshots from their games with captions telling you what game they were. Um, you know, that's not exactly informative. It's just an advertisement. It's like, this is vaguely what this game looks like. It's like, well, that doesn't tell me what I do in it. But, you know, you're a little green elf with a sword. You can probably work it out from there. Um, anyway, you see him standing there next to a bunch of trees and a stairway. I'm like, oh my god, I bet if I rent this and I go burn down that tree with a candle, there's going to be something cool in there. And it was actually you actually got a heart container out of that. And that was something they did all the time. You know, their house organ had all kinds of secrets, and they'd show you maps about things. They'd show you maps for the games, and that's all well and good. But they also included one-off secrets in their ads, which was surprising. Um, but yeah, the Super Metroid ad had Samus dropping off a power bomb right in that glass tube, and I think that's how most people most people at the time learned that that was a thing you could do. Now, of course, you don't want to do that before you get the gravity suit, but you're not, you're not soft locked if you screw that up. Oh wait, I still need the Kerjicker, um, the swingy thing, the grapple beam. So, people have been talking a lot about HIPAA lately, which is the Health Insurance and Privacy Protection Act, I think. Um, and Legal Eagle did a bit on it, which is good because he's unlike people on the internet in general, he's actually informed about what he's talking about, which is nice. Um, but yeah, he was talking about it, and the whole time I'm watching this video and watching me explain how it works and how it doesn't, I thought about this episode of South Park with the Isle of Misfit Mascots, which is where the sexual harassment panda was introduced. That basically it was a mascot that explained what sexual harassment was and how that made him a sad panda. So immediately my brain jumped to creating a mascot for HIPAA training. Because, of course, if you're working with people's protected medical information, you need to be trained on how to not break the law. And the whole time I'm imagining the HIPAA hippo, which would get upset in Rampage if you ever violated HIPAA rules. My brain goes to strange and inappropriate places all the time. So, for example, if you played Persona 3, and if you haven't, I'll probably play it on the channel. um, if you ever played it, you know that the game works by having your characters summon personas by literally pointing a gun at his head. It's not an actual gun. It's just something called an evoker, which mostly evokes images of suicide. So, little bit of troublesome imagery there, but I think there was a point trying to be made. Um, anyhow, my brain went to a terrible place. I thought about the famous Bud Dwyer video. This is a guy who he was a politician, and he was in a corruption scandal, and it was going badly. And so he held this press conference, which is now very famous because he blew his brains out during said press conference. And my brain, because it's broken and I live on the internet, I thought, what if you took the video of Bud Dwyer and you had it go into slow motion and maybe a freeze frame just before he did the deed, and dubbed in the song Mass Destruction from Persona 3. And I'm like, yep, this is what keeps me out of the good schools. Shit. I hate this thing. You gotta get into a rhythm, and I have trouble with that sometimes. Oh! He faked me out! Yeah, you like that, don't you? Oops. Now, this seems like a silly way to do it when you have those obvious grapple points at the top, but I don't want to come back. So I'm going to do things in a somewhat foolish manner. I mean, I still have full health bars, so I'm not worried about it. Rawr. I'm menacing! Oh, I'm dead. I'd like to say I do that less often than I actually do, but I would be lying. Down I go. Whoops. I'm actually supposed to jump off that ramp. It's literally there for that very purpose. Let's try that again with a little less suck. There we go. It's much easier when you do it the right way. Okay. There's a hooky shot. I have to admire Samus's ability to not make a Tarzan noise while swinging about. Truly an inspiration to us all. Whoops. Ow. Well, whoa. Oh, right. So this opens up some possibilities once I get back up Red Tower. Why do I even try to make this jump? It's just going to be regular missiles, isn't it? Ah, it's power bombs. Those are okay. I mean, you don't want to run out of them, so it's reasonable, but I keep hoping it'll be more super missiles. Because I don't go far enough out of my way to collect as many of them as I want, which is all of them. Whee! I think I'm good to go face Fantoon. So hey, that's a good sign. Oh, right. Alley-oop! Oh, this is the main shaft, isn't it? Okay, up we go. Yeah, this is back in Brinstar, so we got a lot of places we can go once we're in here. There's a couple easy to grab E-tanks, and I think I'm going to pick them up just to save myself the trouble later. And because I'm bad at Phantoon. Now, I used to be really bad at that boss, but I'm only bad at it now. I've upgraded. So there's a guy who's been doing hacks for SNES games. Like, he put SA1 support in Gradius 3, so it doesn't suffer the same slowdown. And he also did the widescreen hack for Super Mario World, and I kind of want to check that out. Because, I mean, for being a launch title, it does have a lot to say for itself. Yeah, here we go. I should do the original Metroid at some point. I've never legitimately beaten that game, because in all fairness, it's long. I mean, you can still beat it in under 2 hours, but there's the vertical hallways are so repetitive that you just don't want to beat it. It's just like, boy, this keeps going. It's like it started a genre, but it definitely has some room for improvement. What is wrong with me today? Oh! The heck? Oh, for fuck's sakes. You know what? I know it's nothing major, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it there. Let's go back to Ruined Turian, which might not be the best way to go, but let's check it out. Yeah, this skips an E-tank, actually, but I should be okay. As long as I don't blow it, it'll be alright. Go! Yeah, there's at least one E-tank sitting in Brinstar that I could go pick up pretty easily. I just don't know if I want to now that I'm all the way up here. And I think this is just going to be some missiles. Oh god, it's not even that? I really don't even have need to save. Oh, right, this takes me into Meridia, which I don't want to deal with. Not without a gravity suit. Oh, that's right. And zoop. There we go. Is it this one then? Yeah. I think it's just a standard missile pickup, but honestly, the more the merrier. Man, it's not like I ever used super missiles on Fantoon. I learned my lesson there. I mean, I know the showy way to beat him is use one of those special attacks. I forget what it's called, but it involves the wave beam and some super bombs. Oh, what's over here? Nothing I want to waste time with right now. It was always interesting to me that this game featured a wrecked ship just like Metroid Prime did later. Like, I know Prime is supposed to be a different part of the story and all, but I was always kind of surprised that that was present in both games. Oh! There we go. So, when you bag this guy with super missiles, he goes nuts and starts teleporting around and just using a really obnoxious attack pattern that just drains your health too quickly. And I lost a lot of runs to that because I didn't realize you weren't supposed to use super missiles against him. It's just a bad weapon to use. It just gives you... It consistently gives you the worst possible pattern, so you shouldn't do it. Oh, you suck. Damn it. Just another hit or two should do it. There we go. Boy, at this rate, I don't think I'm going to do it in under 2 hours. Maybe I'm just doing under 2 in game time, and my real-time attack is horrible. Well, that's why I'm keeping track this time. I want to know for real. Okay, so we got to go to the top of the ship, because because I want to grab the gravity suit, which is basically the best armor. Well, I mean, it is the best armor. And it'll let me move around Meridia. Plus, there's an E-tank in here, and I want to snag that. So I'm just testing a theory here. I want to see if popping those doors lets you open them again later. Without having to kill all the enemies in the room. Oops, not down here. Okay, we've just crossed the 1 hour mark and we've got 2 bosses dead, so I guess that's progress. Alright, let's get that gravity suit, which I think is in here. Hello! Oh wait, the gravity suit's right in here. What am I doing? There we go. Oh, that's just a reserve tank. That's something that if you care about time, you never actually use. Oh well. Notes for later, because I kind of want to actually get better at this. So I do need to keep track of how I'm bad at this in order to improve. Oops. Okay, so there's a vertical shaft on the far end of the ship. That'll actually... Do I have to go up to the top to get to it, or is it the... Ah, no! Oh, excuse me. Ah, it worked. Now I don't have to kill everything in the room to advance. Okay, is this the... I don't think this is what I came here for. No, this room sucks, and I should not have come in here. Well, live and learn. So let's go down a layer and see if this is what I was looking for. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. It's the pointy bits that hurt the most. If I remember correctly, yep. Go for a dunk. Yep. Oh, ow. Cool. Big fish is immune to the zappy beam. Oops. Okay, so we're going to go back and get to Brinstar and get to Meridia by means of the Explodey Tube. Just because there's another couple E-tanks I can get down there. And I've got all the prerequisites for them, so I might as well. Oh, wait, no, we go up. Right? Yeah, we go up one. That's going to take me out of the wrecked ship. Let's even grab the missile pickup just for laughs. Pew pew. Wait. Wow, that's exactly not what I needed to do. Oh, swing and a miss. Oh, there we go. I wasn't sure if it worked or not. I don't have enough power bombs to do this. Also, this part kind of sucks, but anyway. I'm going to do it anyway. I just want the extra life. Ow. I mean, the ideal way to do this is with screw attack and space jump, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And my upstairs neighbors are being loud and stupid. Always a joy. So this coming E-tank I totally shouldn't get. And that room just leads to the X-ray beam, so I'm gonna, or the X-ray visor, so I'm just gonna leave that alone. Yeah, this is where I meant to be going. Okay, now if I do this right, I can avoid the pit of shame. That part was easy. The coming back part is the part I always screw up. Oh, pit of shame. This is bad for my time. And then there's these things. Okay, so... Ha, I still remembered to avoid that trap. Haven't been here in a while. So there was something I couldn't get earlier. Oh, wait. And that was one of them. Oh, I guess I didn't technically need the grappling beam, so that's cool. Alright, so this is one of those rooms that's specifically made to confound you, unless you have the speed boots and the gravity suit. So we'll just zoom. There we go. So I should be well equipped to take on Dragon and maybe even pick up some E-tanks in Meridia, so I can go after Ridley. So what's really cool is I don't remember what button to use to pause life split, because when I set up myself and promptly forgot, so I really gotta pee. I don't have a way to do that without my time going up. Oh, that's just a save room. I don't need to mess with that. This is kind of an all or nothing deal here. Whee! So, the problem with Meridia is I don't have a route for it. I just kind of do it and hope for the best. I kind of remember where the various things are. And I remember that the spring ball can be found here, but not to waste my time with it. What is this? Oh, that just takes me back to Brimstone. That's a waste of time. That's weird. I remembered that passageway, but not what the heck it was for. Okay, so that's a room to avoid. Oh, there's another E-tank I can get fairly early, in fact. Is it here? No, it's not in here. Really? Okay, I'm impressed with myself for remembering that, so just pretend that was really cool. So there was about a month between Metroid Dread coming out and Shin Megami Tensei 5. And I had Dread sitting in my Switch for basically that whole month. I played it less than an hour. I got super annoyed with the Emmy sections. I just haven't actually played it, even though as a game it's probably fine. I just, oh, I just was not. It wasn't clicking with me, and now I have SMT5 sitting in my Switch, and I can't stream it for the moment because I don't have any capture, and I don't. Um, and I don't know when I'm going to have time to mess with it because I've got stuff I got to do for the D&D campaign, which there's at least 5 people counting on me to come through with a game, and I need to get my shit together and learn this virtual tabletop we're using. It's funny because I never used any tabletops. I didn't use battle mats or anything for D&D. That was strictly a BattleTech thing. Okay, was this a dumb room to come into? Signs point to yes. I feel really silly because I'm almost positive that there's somewhere in here I'm supposed to go. Oh, here we go. Ah. In other news, I'm bad at spine sharking. I mean, at least you get a couple seconds to move after you charge, but I always fuck up the charge so much. I mean, it should not take multiple attempts like that. Okay, and there's a trapdoor. But as long as we grab the super missiles first, everything's fine. And I think this is a boss room, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. Wait, this is just a dead end, isn't it? Yeah. These sandy sections of Meridia always make me feel really uncomfortable. Like, I just imagine being somewhere dry and itchy. I don't know if that's just me associating things weirdly in my brain, but it just makes me think of a really nasty beach with those big ugly flies in it. Oh, wait. I know why I can't go through there. Ah, boss fight. Whoops. Oh, there we go. That was pretty good time for me. It was not graceful or elegant, but for me, it was pretty good. Okay, and I think this is the room with the... Yep. So first things first, we gotta go up here. Boop, and a boop. There we go. You know, to recover after that arduous boss fight. So there's only 3 tanks left in the game. One's in Ridley's room, if I remember correctly. There's another elsewhere here in Meridia. The turtle room. That's where it is. There's a room with this big green turtle. It's a friendly critter that does not escape the destruction of the planet. But it does help you reach an E-tank if you need it to. Oh, that's right. You gotta... Meh. What was even in this room? Oh. I don't need to save. I'm a badass. Oh, and that's like 10 energy. That's not going to be worth it for me right now. Okay, let's go back Dragon. I should be right on top of her. Okay, so I'm going to beat her the way I've always beaten her. Okay, this is a little farther away than I'd like to be. I think I might be able to pull it off. There we go. Suck it. I just love that there's a boss with an alternate method of killing it. There's something kind of awesome about that. Okay, I think it's pretty much a straight path to Ridley at this point. There's a Chozo statue in the way, but I am armed to the teeth. I'm missing a couple E-tanks, but I should be okay. I kind of like that the Metroids exist. It's like, yeah, they did an experiment to try and make Metroids, and it went badly. I just think it's kind of a cool little element that's in there. Like, they couldn't figure out how to clone the stupid thing. Yeah. Wait, is this the room with the plasma beam? Or at least the room that leads... Yeah, it's down here. There we go. This is a cool little demonstration. Oh, wait, hold on. Wrong room. I gotta go a little deeper. I mean, that's what he said, but, you know. This is the room. So they've got this cool little demonstration here. You gotta sit there and blast away at those things until you go get the plasma beam, which is way down here. There we go. Now it's time to kick it. So anyway, and as you exit this room, you can sit down and pew pew, all in a couple shots like that. And I think that's a really cool way to demonstrate, hey, this thing's kind of awesome. It drills through enemies. Oh. Okay, so this will take us back to the lower part of Meradia, which I think is where I can get the thingy. Or Mr. Thingy. There's a room with one little E-tank in it, and I kind of want to grab it. I mean, I should be rushing to Ridley and getting this in under 2 hours. Actually, I don't even remember if 2 hours is the cutoff. I just know that's about my time. Son of a... I've also been experimenting with the Link to the Past randomizer, and boy, you can think you're good at a game, and that will set you straight. I'm finding it less fun than I thought I would, though, so I don't know how much I'm going to be doing with it. Oh, son of a... Is this the room? Or am I just... Okay, if this is the right room, then we're fine. Yep, here we are. So we can probably just do this with space jump. Yeah. But the big green turtle down there, you can ride it to get to a point where you can grab onto the grapple point there and grab the thing a little earlier than you could if you have to wait for the space jump. Okay, so I should be good for Norfair. I mean, one would think so anyway. Ah. The part I don't like is the escape from Norfair. I mean, not escape, but getting out of there and getting to the surface so you can go back up and do the thing. It's just like, I'd rather not, but you gotta somehow. It's better than taking the long way, anyhow. Now, thankfully, I am recording this, just in case Twitch mutes me because I'm playing Metroid music. So, if worse comes to worse, I'll just have to upload this to YouTube the old-fashioned way, which is fine. Wait a minute. Oh, jeez. I went the wrong way. Is this... I just lost a lot of time being very stupid. Is this the dash room? It is not, but this next one is. I should have practiced before I did this. Wait a minute. Is this what I'm thinking it is? No, this does not help. Other way. God, I'm going to spend at least 20 minutes in Norfair at this rate. Or even in Ridley's Lair. Okay, let's go down. There it is. I remember this door. Okay, let's do this. Oh, what's in here? Is it a save room? It's a save room, isn't it? Okay, I'll stop. Ow! Jerks. Ah, this room. Okay, so we've got the golden chorizo. This thing sucks. Oopsie. Okay, good to have more super missiles, for sure. Okay, and I think the screw attack is in here? Hell yeah. A power-up so cool, somebody named an entire website after it that nobody remembers. Except me, apparently. And probably James Rolfe. For some reason, I thought there was something of interest above me, and now I'm actually looking at the minimap, and this is absolutely not the case, so what's wrong with me? Oh, now I remember where that other power-up was. There's that, there's the E-tank in the Ridley statue for... Oh, no. Let's try that again. Really? Apparently I'm bad at screw attacking, so... Dun, 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 dun. This fucking track is an example of how to do a lot with a little. This room I hate. Oh, that went fairly well for once. Okay, it's on. Oh, wait. Oh, jeez. I always forget about this room for some reason. Hey, big guy. Ah. Okay, now it's time for the end run. God, I love the boss music in this game. It's so intense. Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, I almost want to slip it into our D&D sessions. Although that would probably get a copyright thing, and that would be bad. Your Honor, I move for a bad court thing. So yeah, this is longer than I planned. See, my in-game times have been around an hour 40, and part of the problem with in-game time is it does not count the time spent in doors. Uh-oh. Owie. Now, is this the escape route? Yes, so I could go into the mouth of this thing and pick up an energy tank, but at this point there's no need. I beat Ridley with 3 tanks extra. We can just forget about that. Oh. And Mother Brain isn't exactly a big challenge. She's not quite a run stopper, if you know. And plus, her second form is really just a formality. Oh, wait. Let's go the right way this time. Oh. Whoops. You'd think I'd never bomb jumped before. God, I really want to concentrate on this, but I really gotta pee. Okay, anyway. So we're almost back on the surface. And I think... this actually might be good. No, you know what? I got that path wrong. I'm just gonna take the other way up, which is Red Tower. I'm gonna go the whole length this time, all the way up to the tip of the shaft. Oops. Gotta be careful not to shred these, well, shred those platforms or shred these guys. Because that's a costly mistake. There we go. So I kind of want to play Zero Mission and Samus Returns. I mean, they're remakes of the first two games, and if Nintendo has any sense, they'll never remake Metroid 3. I mean, so there's no ruling it out, but if they have any sense, they'll leave perfection alone. I still remember IGN, or not IGN, EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly. All four editors gave this 10 out of 10. And I've rarely seen a game get quite that kind of perfect score. And even like a decade or two later, they were like, yep, still the best game ever. I'm like, geez, guys. I mean, there's few that have this kind of polish and just get everything right. Oh. And speaking of getting everything right, that's something I'm not doing in this run. God. I guess it has been a while, because I am clearly rusty. I mean, we're going to cross 2 hours before I even hit Turian. So that's a little sad for me. And here it is. I guess I could have stopped at my ship and reloaded. Oops. That might actually cost me. We'll see what happens. Oh, that's a safe room. F that noise. And now, roids. Well, that trick still works. Of course, I just respawned everything, so go me. Oops. Really? Oops. But this could have gone better. Oh, right, these things. So I'll get my regular missiles back, but super missiles are going to be lacking. Hey, big guy. Who's a good boy? Girl. It. Yeah, this room. Okay, first things first. Might as well save 5 missiles since I'm kind of strapped. Okay. There we go. Kinda low on missiles, but you can beat this one with charge beams, so it's fine. It's just gonna take a little longer than I might like. Oof! Oof, owie, oof. Too much bone-hurting juice. No! No! The struggle is real. Oh, I forgot to mark. Ah, damn. I screwed up my time. And I forgot to add one for escaping. Okay, well, I'm new at this. Oops. That is not the way. I should have gone below and then did the spine shark from the bottom. Fucking space jump. Okay, so this... This was not a good escape. Also, I didn't tag the death of Mother Brain, so I'm I'm not even getting my splits right. Jeez. Oh well. Dun, 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 dun. No! There we go. So we'll call it 2 hours 13 minutes. Um, the in-game time will probably be lower, and I think 3 hours is the cutoff for the best ending. So I don't feel too bad about this. I'm clearly a little rusty. I probably could have done with fewer E-tanks. Um, and I should probably read the correct strategy for fighting Ridley, because that was not a fast enough kill. And I should have stopped at the ship to reload, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. An hour 46, yeah, so the IGT is way lower. Still under 2 hours. Alright, I gotta take care of something. I'll be right back. Okay, I think that's the best ending, isn't it? %58. All I needed, though. Well, the win's a win. Got it all without dying. My time isn't great, and I fucked up my splits, but that's life. Um, anyway, tomorrow night we should be, or sorry, tomorrow morning we should be back with something, and then tomorrow night, wrapping up Persona 5. Not sure if I'm doing anything Sunday. That's still up in the air. We'll see what happens. As for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.